He likes to go to the same combinations, quite repetitively, whereas Crawford is unpredictable. And despite him not having the size, it's the shots that you don't see that hurt the most.
Just lets me know right there that I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to his legacy.
Canelo Alvarez, and that's just being honest. And I think what he has done in his career, he's proven everything.
He enjoys going to the same combinations you know very well, but Crawford is unpredictable. And even though he isn't as big, the shots you don't say hurt the most because they make it clear to me that I pose a threat to him. I pose a danger to him and his legacy. I believe that Canelo Alvarez has demonstrated everything in his career, and that's simply being honest. Terence following their bout agreement. Crawford gave Canelo Alvarez a severe warning.
These excuses why he don't want to take a fight with me. If it's all about business, then you doing good business. If I'm easy work, I heard him say I'm easy work. If I was easy work, well, you would take all that money that he's offering you. But yet and still, he want 200 million for Benavidez, and he want 150 million to fight me. So that just lets me know right there that I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to his legacy, because it would be crazy for a guy that started at 135 to come all the way up to 168, your weight, no catch weight, no none of that, and dethrone you. So, he got that in the back of his head. This guy, for one, he's tough. For two, he's a boxer. He moves, he can punch, he can do it all. I can't slip up and lose to this little guy. Then what will my fans think of me? What will my Mexican people think of me?
Stating unequivocally that he was coming to upend the boxing world and that he posed a threat to both his legacy and him. Crawford asserted confidently that he is already a powerful force in several weight divisions. Crawford thinks his ring IQ and fast style will reveal Canelo is here to redefine greatness at his own expense, not just to fight. He gives me reasons for not wanting to fight me. If it's all about business, then you're doing well. If I'm easy work, I heard him say that, but he still wants 200 million for Benavidez, and he wants 150 million to fight me. So that just tells me that I'm a threat to him, a threat to his legacy.
Well, I think Canelo, he likes to go to the same combinations, quite repetitively, whereas Crawford is unpredictable. And despite him not having the size, it's the shots that you don't see that hurt the most. And maybe Crawford can hit him with some unexpected shit. And because of the repetitiveness of Canelo, maybe he can time him. Maybe he can counterpunch with him, because Crawford is unbelievable at that. But I'm fascinated to see if Crawford has the power to get the respect of Canelo Alvarez, because when you don't, it's a long night. It's not nice. Like Crawford did well against Madrimov, and he won that fight for me quite clearly. But Madrimov was countering him. If you can counter the counter puncher, you can give them a lot of problems when they're not used to that. And Canelo can counter people really well. And as great as Terence Crawford is, we've never seen him in there with someone with the power of Canelo Alvarez. This is a different world of power. And look, maybe Canelo doesn't throw as many shots as he used to, and maybe Crawford might look at that and go, you know what, I'm going to try and outpoint this guy, not get into a war with him, but just show my boxing, genius, and outpoint him and outland him. That's possible. It is. This is why this is such a fascinating matchup, man. We've been treated to some amazing fights. Usyk Fury, for example, this is another one of those mega fights on Riyadh season.
Because it would be crazy for a guy who started at 135 to go all the way up to 168 your weight, no catch weight, and dethrone you. So he has that in the back of his mind. Experts find this to be an intriguing clash of styles. Canelo Alvarez is a dangerous opponent because of his reliance on strong...
and that's just being honest. And I think what he has done in his career, he's proven everything, right? His resume is unbelievable. And if you want to make 100 million to fight Jake Paul, right? Like the thing is about Canelo, he don't tell any lies. He's very transparent, right? He's not going to try and justify this fight to you that, no, what I'm doing is I'm doing it to bring boxing to a wider audience. No, he's doing it for a sackload of money. So whenever you opponent forward to Canelo Alvarez, his question is, how much? And if he's a businessman at this stage in his career, right? And at the end of the day, someone is offering him, whatever it will be, 80 million, 100 million, 120, to fight Jake Paul. A fight in which there is absolutely no risk. And by the way, you can't criticise Jake Paul. Because the criticism for Jake Paul has always been, when are you going to fight someone decent? Well, guess what? He might be fighting Canelo Alvarez. I don't hate it. I'll be watching.
He was going to give up the belt still. That's the fight to stake.
Yeah, maybe. It might be his last fight. Who knows?
Repeating combinations and elite counterpunching. If Terence Crawford, who is known for his unpredictable and astute timing, timed Canelo correctly, he could discover holes. Nevertheless, if Crawford can't gain Canelo's respect, the fight might be challenging.
Stage in boxing, no one's surprised that a fight like that's getting made. And I know you've gone out and said you do respect Jake Paul for getting in there. Canelo's a totally different beast to, you know, definitely out of his prime Mike Tyson. Just talk about how much respect you would have for Jake for taking that fight.
Only respect because of the money. I mean, he's not doing it for free. He's not doing it because he wants to prove himself as a great fighter. He's doing it for 100 mil as well, or whatever he's getting.
It's a very, very scary man.
It's dangerous, and he's going to get spanked.
How many rounds?
However many Canelo wants it to be. I mean, the only thing is, Jake's going to be a lot heavier and bigger. But you're not, listen, no disrespect to Jake's ability as a fighter. He's fighting Canelo Alvarez, who is one of the top fighters in the world. So, like, he's going to get spanked, but he's going to make a lot of money whilst receiving the spanking.
Although experts think Canelo has an advantage because to his strength and experience in heavier weight classes, Crawford's technical skill and versatility may allow him to outscore his opponent. This stylistic clash is one that must be seen. Canelo, in my opinion, prefers to use the same combos, quite repeatedly, but Crawford is erratic, and even though he lacks size, it's the shots you don't see that hurt the most. Perhaps Crawford could strike him with an unexpected, underscore, and because of the repetitiveness of a Canelo, maybe he can time him, maybe he can counterpunch with him, because Crawford is unbelievable at that. But I'm fascinated to see if Crawford has the power to get the respect of Canelo Alvarez.
Nothing really. I mean, it was all very sudden, wasn't it? Is it in relation to the Jake Paul fight? I don't know. I mean, look, Canelo, I say all that. Canelo don't care, right? Give him the money, and he's going to fight. He doesn't really have. And this isn't a negative towards him because he makes it clear. He has no loyalty to anyone, right? None to me, none to PBC, none to Turkey Al Sheikh. Pay me the money, I will fight whoever you want me to fight. That's basically it. So I guess the talk was a Crawford fight. Now it looks like the Jake Paul fight is done, by all accounts. So does that make the Crawford fight less appealing? Because he's kind of moving into that world now. And I don't blame him, because he's going to make an absolute fortune to punch Jake Paul. And I don't mind the fight, I've got to be honest with you. Like, I've given Jake stick over the years because he's done some things that I didn't like, and I'm just being honest. But you have to respect him for taking the Canelo fight. He's doing that because there's a huge amount of money on the table. But I don't mind seeing it. So yeah, I don't know I've no idea whether it's in relation to that or whatever. I've not had one conversation about it, but certainly, Canelo moving into that world, if you like, changes things perhaps in terms of.
Because when you know it's a long night, it's not nice like Crawford did well against Madram MOV, and he won that fight for me quite clearly, but Madram MOV was countering him. Know if you can. Counter the counter puncher, you can give them a lot of problems when they're not used to that, and Canelo can counter people really well. And as great as Terence Crawford is, we've never seen him in there with someone with the power of Canelo Alvarez. This is a different world of power. And look, maybe Canelo doesn't throw as many shots.
We know decided to pull the plug on the Canelo Terence Crawford fight September 13th at Allegiant Stadium, Las Vegas Raiders Stadium in Las Vegas, due to the fact that Canelo Alvarez was trying to do a side deal outside of his 3-fight deal with Turkey Al Sheikh in Riyadh season to fight YouTube sensation turned professional boxer Jake Paul May 3rd. Turkey Al Sheikh wasn't happy with it. And so with that said, instead of getting 2 Hall of Fame iconic fighters, first ballot Hall of Famers, in Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez in September, Turkey Al Sheikh decided, I'll find a new super fight for Terence Crawford, and we'll take the deal off the table for Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez then decides, nope, he and his team pick up the phone. They have a conversation with Turkey Al Sheikh, and Turkey Al Sheikh and Canelo come to a 4-fight deal that's going to cancel the Jake Paul fight May 3rd, Las Vegas at the T-Mobile, and is now going to see Canelo Alvarez possibly face William Skull, the IBF undefeated Puerto Rican champion, at 168, May in Riyadh season.
As he used to, and maybe Crawford might look at that and go, you know what, I'm going to try and outpoint the Sky, not get into a war with him, but just show my boxing, genius, and out them and outland them. That's possible it is. This is why this is such a fascinating matchup, man. We've been treated to some amazing fights. Yes, Eddie Hearn.
All right, so news got leaked that Canelo Alvarez and Jake Paul in May.
What?
So you got people that think it's a rumor. I can confirm that it's not a rumor. This is something that we've known for I'm going to say we've known for about 3 to 4 weeks.
That's not going to be a real fight, though. So that means Bud ain't happening.
No. They talking about Bud in September. Canelo, Jake Paul in May.
If he fight Jake Paul, he ain't gonna fight Bud. Cause I'm gonna tell you why. He gotta go up for Jake Paul. He gotta go up for Jake Paul. Jake Paul not coming under 200 pounds. You understand? Canelo gonna do the same thing Roy did to his body. He gonna go up and bring it back down, 68, fuck no. He gonna do the same thing Roy did against Tarver.
For instance, notes that Canelo Alvarez has already demonstrated his boxing prowess and doesn't need to defend a fight with Jake Paul. He emphasizes that Canelo is now more of a businessman and is accepting the fight for the enormous payout, possibly $100 million or more, rather than for legacy competition. Fury is another example of one of those Omega fights on RARD season. That's just being honest, and I believe that he has proven everything throughout his career. His resume is incredible, and if you want to spend $100 million to fight Jake Paul, then great. However, the thing about Canelo is that he is very honest and won't try to convince you that he is fighting for a lot of money or that he is doing it to expose boxing to a larger audience. Whatever, Canelo Alvarez always asks how much an opponent will cost him, and since he is a businessman at this